We're gonna add a helicoil where needed. Here's the $6 helicoil kit. You drill it, you tap it, you install your coil, and you're good to go. These have a blind hole, so I'm gonna gauge the depth that I want the drill bit to go so I don't drill too far. It's as simple as taking something that can reach to the bottom, putting my finger there. That's how far I want to drill. Set this mark on my drill bit. Then I just put tape on the drill bit. Can't drill straight to save my life, but as you can see, we got perfectly to the bottom of that hole. Let's get this stubby shaft installed into this front case. Well, we're gonna throw some assembly lube here. Get all that gooey. That didn't need to be gooey. Thinners. A little assembly lube in here. Put more in here. Little Loctite on the bolt that's going to hold it in. Beautiful. This goes in this way. Our Loctited bolt. I think it's 26 foot-pounds. Let's see if it breaks. Assembly lube on our O-ring. Place that in here. Loctite on this castle now. For the castle bolt, got this little tool from STM. It says maximum torque 17 foot-pounds. There it says. Okay. Will do. Our balance shaft is officially deleted. Next we put a plug where the other balance shaft was. Got this rubber plug. Looks like it's gonna fit quite well. I'm gonna put something on it. Some say JB Weld. Yeah, I guess I'll use JB Weld. A little JB Weld. Put on the plug. Then you get your 1-inch plug driver. And you drive it in. Good enough. Front main seal. I'm gonna add some lube to this section of it. I like a little RTV on the outside of my seals. There's that right there. And we're gonna, oh my god, it's going in by hand. I was gonna pound this in with a hammer. That's so nice. Look at that. Give her a couple taps just to feel safe anyway. Looks great. Front main seal in. Next we have to put the oil pump seal in. Same thing as the front main seal. There's some of this goo over here. Just shove it in there to protect that spring. Is it gonna work? I don't know. But we're giving her effort. For sure. Little RTV on the outside to make me feel better. We're gonna use a 13/16 seal driver on this particular one. Ooh, fucked it up. Fucked it up already. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. See if I can not break it here. Oh, saved it. Double check it. Looks good. Alright, let's pop that in again. Went in pretty well that time. 13/16. I don't know, maybe it'll be alright. We'll keep going. Now we need to install the oil pump sprocket. Throw a Loctite on here. I love Loctite. I'll put a little glue on the inside of the sprocket where it rides on that seal. We're just gonna pop it in there. It's installed. Now for the nut. Oh, 40 is tighter than I thought. I can't do it. Not strong enough. Wow, is that 40? It's 40. I'll be a tough guy. I don't know what I'm gonna do. There we go. That's all I needed. It's ready to go. Next, let's clean up these bolts. So we can install that. I think this is how all the bolts go in. I'm not sure why I'm missing a couple. I'm sure I'll figure out later when it's too late. Kind of looks like they all stick out pretty similar amount. Just gonna do a dab of Loctite on each one. Still trying to figure out where bolts go. I notice if you put the tensioner up here, it goes in that bolt hole and also in this one. So I gotta remove that bolt and that can go somewhere else. New tensioner's up there. Now I have this extra bolt that I pulled out. It has to go somewhere. Still have an extra hole up there. There's a pulley that goes here. I think one goes up there. I'll figure it out. Yeah, the pulley I was thinking about is actually right there. So the bolt that I took out is 40 millimeter. Google said I needed one that was 40 millimeter for there. So that is where that bolt goes. And I think that we have figured out all of the bolts for this front case. Oh, no, we still have to figure out the pulley bolt. Whether we put a bolt in without the pulley or put the old pulley in with the proper bolt, we'll see. Here's the old pulley and bolt that go there. And here's a bolt for the old oil pump that was bad. And it comes out to the perfect length. I just pushed it out a little bit, but yeah. Yeah, that's good enough. This is a 4 instead of a 7, but I think it's gonna be fine. It looks like they all torque to 17, so that's what I set my torque wrench to. I started them all at 10 just in case. This one's being a pain. Doesn't feel right. She has 17? Yeah, it went up a hair. Well, it is a Harbor Freight torque wrench. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be clicking now. Uh-oh. That all looks pretty nice in there. Let's remove this pulley. I think it's this one. Yep, looks the same. Everything with Loctite. Would be time to install the water pump, but it's time to address this. That means new thermostat housing. Brand used, baby. Start by removing this pipe. Be able to clean it up and paint it anyway. It's one of the ugliest parts of these cars. Dipstick's in the way. I'm gonna change the O-ring anyway. Let's get this out of here. There's a hose connected to that. Gonna pull this charge pipe so I can access all that crap. Not sure how anyone got to this bolt. I actually cannot get on it. Oh, it's loose. It was never tightened. Nobody ever tightened that. No way. Okay then. I think we should pull the battery out of here too. That's annoying. I was thinking about getting the cruise control thing out too. Yeah, battery's out. The cruise control box is actually loose. There's a bolt missing down there, and this one can come off with your fingers. So, yeah. So this pipe wasn't even in the right size coupler. There's no way this car ever made any boost, man. I think this bolt's gonna break. Oh, it didn't. That was really hard earlier. Okay, so the car did have a thermostat in it. Now that the lower radiator hose is out, you see your shift bushings are annihilated. Let's do something about that. Since we got this far with the throttle body, we may as well pull that off and rebuild it. Man, what a contraption. I think I got all the bolts out of this. Yep. Pulled the battery tray out of the way. And I'm getting to the point where I just want to start removing all the junk out of here that's unneeded. This AC line that runs up and around all the way over there. This stupid little horn thing for the alarm. Nobody has an alarm on these anymore. All these wires that are just ran around doing nothing. I think I'm gonna start doing that instead of putting stuff together right now. Pulling wires out, drew me into the interior because there's a wire I can't figure out where it goes to, and I can see the ECU, and it's not a black box. Somebody's changed it. That's terrible news. Oh no. Maybe it's an EEPROM? Let's see. Well, this turned into a mess. This project's starting to get a little too expensive, so I made my own race-inspired EGR valve. I got some nice little stainless steel bolts to go in with it. Looks decent. Also made this bracket for the fuse box. So that sits there now. So this was really tough to get in here actually. I ended up using a 5/8 socket and pounding it in against the bell housing. It's good enough, but it is tight on the actual shifter here. It's like hard to get on there. So I'm just gonna open the hole up just a hair. I mean, it's probably like a perfect fit right now, but this will just clean up that hole a little bit. Just a little in there like so, you know. So that was still tough to get on there, but it's on there. It'll be tough to get off. Sorry for the next guy. So I put a bearing on this car somewhere. Oh, there it is. Yeah, so it should be real cold. Let's see if it slides right in, huh? Oh, it's not. That did nothing. Damn it. I mean, it went in a little bit. Alright, back to the old hammer against the bell housing. It's not in there perfectly straight, but that's good enough. Should be able to pop it right on here. Yeah, that one slides right in. No big deal. But once I got that on, I realized that this has a bunch of play. So there's bushings down here on this mount. I can already see some rubber torn. I'm going to pull that apart and see what we're working with. Oh. Guess the last guy didn't think that these bolts should be tight. Oh, wow. Okay then. There's that. Maybe he did tighten them and just the wear on these is what caused them to be loose. I gotta figure this out. I don't actually know how this is supposed to be. So obviously the issue is these rubber bushings kind of deteriorated from this little metal piece. I figured out that I can force one of these little grommets from Harbor Freight. It's this size. I can force it over this, shove it in the hole, and you end up with this situation. And then if I just put a washer on this side, tighten it up, I think it's gonna work. Dude, that came out fucking solid, dude. I can't move it at all. Tightened it down pretty hard. This rubber popped right out, which is cool. Oh, looks like that side did a little bit too. Maybe not perfectly even, but I'm not mad at that. So that's all hooked up. The tranny side of this thing will shift. They did the interior side wrong, so we're gonna be doing the same shit at the shifter. That will be towards the end of the project. I really wanted to leave this alone because I'm pretty sure that they cross-threaded that fitting in there. It's supposed to be metric thread. I'm gonna pull it apart, see what they did. Doesn't feel that bad. I don't know what thread that is. So yeah, you can see that they just jammed that right in there. Just forced it, man. I believe it's supposed to be an M10 by 1.25. I have a 1/4 inch pipe thread fitting right here. It's pretty close to going in. So I think I might be able to do the old grease on a tap trick to not get any metal in there. Because there's no way that that was sealed. I don't care if they had the thread tape on there or whatever. This whole engine bay was covered in oil, had a lot of leaks. I think this was a big one. Okay, so I ended up finding a 10mm banjo bolt that had some crush washers on it. Then I found a 10 millimeter by 1.25 bolt. Put one of the crush washers on it. I believe if I tap it back to the correct threads, it'll thread in, and if I can get it to grab those good threads and torque it to the right spec for a M10 by 1.25 banjo bolt, we will have a good seal. So that's what I'm going to go for. I put some grease on the end of this tab. Hopefully it grabs the metal shavings. Now I can't do anything straight. I can't drill straight. I can't tap straight. So I'm just going to try to tap it straight. And we know that they had that fitting in here crooked, so I'm going to be fighting that the whole way. It's going in easy, which is probably not a good sign. Oh, I see some metal, so I am cutting. Oh boy. Oh, it looks pretty good. So that's all the metal that the tap collected with that grease on it. This is our hole. Believe it or not, it does look a lot better than it did. Yeah, except for all that metal in there. Well, I'll have to get that out. We're doomed. So I've threaded the bolt in by hand, and you can see that it's not sitting flush. See my finger behind it? Nothing on this side. So, hole still not straight. This isn't going to work. It's going to have to be tapped to 1/8 inch NPT. Doesn't have to be straight in that case. I mean, straight as possible, of course. That'll work though. Try this again, huh? I don't know. Doesn't look great. We'll see. Put the vacuum in there again. Run a rag in there, try to get the metal out. Seems to go in pretty far before it wants to stop, right? Is that gonna seal? I don't know. I'm gonna try it though. I'm gonna throw some tape on it. Maybe a little dope for extra precautions. We'll see what happens here, huh? Alright, ladies. She's taped up. She's doped up. Let's fuck her up. That might work. We'll see. So I slept on it and I decided that I can't do it. I can't trust the 1/8 inch NPT in there. It's just too big of a hole. 10 millimeters is too big for that size. So we have 1/4 inch NPT fitting here. We have a 1/4 inch NPT tap. 7/16 drill bit. We're only going to drill this out another millimeter. Alright, I gotta get on the other end of this. There we go. It's perfect.